I watched a movie last night. All the Lost Ones is a movie about a group of people who are trying to survive this brand new apocalyptic time. There was an outbreak that happened. It's not a zombie movie. There was an outbreak that happened that divided the nation, and so now people are like pro militia trying to like start a new nation versus the people who want to go back to how the nation was versus people who are, you know, just in it for the money. They'll find people who are against this militia, sell it to them so they can get money. So it's like a divided time right now. So this movie follows a group of people ranging from young and old who are just hiding out in this cabin in the woods, afraid of the militia. And then there's one girl, the lead actress that we're following. She's torn because like she wants to go out and fight. Like she doesn't want to hide. She wants to go and fight against this militia and help bring in this nation back to what it used to be. But her boyfriend, who she loves very, very much, is the opposite of her. He wants to just stay with this group of people. They're living nicely. They have food. They have electricity because, again, it's just the start of this apocalyptic time. And he's like, no, stay here. Like relax, chill. Like we're doing pretty good. And she's just like morally corrupt, confused. She like wants to go out there and fight, but she also really, really loves her boyfriend. And she also might be pregnant, so she might not have a choice but to stay and hide. Now on IMDb, it says that this movie is about America, but this movie takes place in Canada. It was shot in Canada. It's a bunch of Canadian actors, like Devon Sawa is in it. You see Stephen Gogg in it. Also, Sheila McCarthy, like a bunch of Canadian actors are in it. And it's written and directed by Canadians. So I don't understand why they aren't saying that this is a Canadian dystopia and why they what's America got to do with it? Y'all got like 2 American actors, so I don't understand that. So that kind of bothered me a little bit. So anyway, so the start of the movie, they need to go get some more supplies because they're running low on food. And the lead girl, her name is Nia, she wants to go because she needs to go find a pregnancy test to see if she's pregnant. So 3 of them gather together to go and scavenge for supplies and foods and things like that. They end up at a pharmacy, and while the girl is taking her pregnancy test, she gets bombarded by people who are looking for people who are against the militia so that they can turn them in and get coins for themselves. Some nasty racist words are exchanged, and Nia ends up shooting the guy who was played by Lachlan Monroe, and that's the only way she can get out is by shooting him. But she shot him in front of his son. She didn't know he was standing there. So they were able to get out. She couldn't catch up to the boy, so he got away. Ends up shooting one of her people, and they get away. And now they're, oh no, like we're found out. Like they're gonna go run and tell whomever they're with that we're here, like cover's blown. So they go back to the house and they tell everybody what to happen and they need to make a plan. Some people want to leave because they feel like those people are going to track them down to this house. Other people want to stay because they're comfortable here. This is my home. I've been here my whole life, yada, yada, yada. Some folks do come. It's a shootout. People die. People don't die. And now it's like, guys, we have to get out of here. Let's go out of here. Somebody was like, oh, I know where there's a boat. Follow me. And then they go off into the woods. And then that's the story pretty much, is like trying to get to this boat to get away from these people. This movie reminds me a lot of the game The Last of Us. If you remember in the game, there is a group called the Fireflies, and they are the people who have they're the good guys. You know, you want to go find the Fireflies, they'll protect you against this militia. And that's a lot of what's going on here. Nia really wants to find these EEEs. I don't know what that stands for. I don't think they ever clarify what E. I don't even know how many E's are, but it's like EE or something like that. She wants to go find them so that she can be on their side and do what they're doing. What worked for me in this movie is I did like how realistic and very detailed this movie was. You saw the people in the cabin getting haircuts because it's been overgrown. You see them dancing, you see them washing dishes, you see them making love with each other, doing anything that they can to forget about the world behind them. So I thought that was really interesting take on it. However, it might have been just a little too realistic for me. I felt like they spent a lot of time on character development and not enough time on the plot. I turned on this movie originally because I wanted to see action happening, and this is definitely not an action movie. This is more of a character piece, which is fine. Not all movies need to be plot driven. We can follow characters as well. I just remember taking the Aaron Sorkin masterclass, and he said that if your idea focuses more on character, then it's a TV show, and if it focuses more on plot, then it's a movie. And I thought this movie would have worked really, really well if it was like a limited series, or like maybe a 2-3 season television show versus a movie, because they spend so much time getting to know these people. These people are very emotional. We watch them cry over the dead bodies that they're losing for a very long time. We know a lot about everybody's past and why they're here, et cetera, et cetera. So that slowed down the movie for me. This movie wasn't necessarily boring. Again, going into this movie, I thought it was going to be more of an action movie. I was already okay with not seeing any zombies, but I thought there would be like more bullets, more explosions, just more of that. But it wasn't. It's fine. It didn't make for a bad movie. I was just a little bit on the bored side just because my expectations was to see action. But I did think it was an interesting themes that they were putting into the story. Like, for example, her boyfriend is a white guy and she is a biracial black girl, and he was just talking, like trying to convince her, like, let's just turn ourselves into the militia. You never know, it might be good, it might be fine. But her hesitation is like, yeah, you're a white guy, like it might be good, it might be fine for you, but like I'm a black woman, it might not be good and it might not be fine for me, or vice versa. It could be good for her and it could be terrible for you. And so I thought that was an interesting conversational piece that was put in there, because as someone who's in an interracial relationship too, I think about that all the time. Like, if the world did come to this and we are divided, like, am I going to be able to be with my husband? Is my husband going to be able to be with me because we're separate races? So I thought that was really interesting and thought-provoking. Honestly, thinking about this story more, I feel like this would have been a really good YA novel. I feel like it was giving young adult narration, and I felt like this would have been a better book, because then you would have been able to spend more time with the characters, and you would have been able to spend more time world building, and you would have been able to give us more details and give us more information, instead of just giving us like 3 paragraphs in the beginning for us to read that honestly wasn't up there long enough. I had to keep rewinding it because it was going so fast, and I hate that in the movie. If you're going to give me literature to read at the beginning of the movie, give me enough time to read it, especially if you're going to put it in a weird font against a weird background. But that's not what we're here for, are we? But anyway, this definitely would have worked really well as a YA novel, probably set up along like 3 different books, like Hunger Game-ish type stuff, Divergent type stuff, but that's not what they decided to do, and that's also okay. If you've seen this movie, what did you think? Did you like it? Did you understand what was going on? Was the world built up enough for you? Were you guys attracted to the fact that it was a character piece? Or did you get bored in some places like I did? For example, there was this one time where this lady was like sacrificing herself, and she was like, go, like I'll distract them. And so obviously that didn't work out very well. And so instead of them running away as that's what she had planned, they just sat there and they cried and they mourned her loss. And I'm like, no, she did not sacrifice herself for y'all to be still in this same spot crying over her dead body. If y'all don't get the fuck up out of here. But that's a whole nother story. Anyway, let me know what you think about it in the comments below if you've seen it. All right, bye.